wala pong technology right now that can tell us exactly when. Meron lang tayong idea.
Yes.
Like say for the West Valley Fault, the last time it moved was in 1658. And based sa pag-aaral natin, nagkakaroon ng lindol every 400 to 600 years. So if you consider the lower limit, which is 400 years, so 1658 plus 400 years, that would be 2058. So hindi naman yan ibig sabihin by 2058 lilindol.
Kasi eksakto
It
doon.
could be earlier, or it could be later, or it could even be doon sa upper limit natin, which is 600 years. So if you consider the upper limit 600 years, that would be 200 years from now. Of course, baka isipin natin, 200 years pa pala, kung tayo mag-prepare. That is wrong. We have to assume na it will happen on the lower limit, which is 400 years, which is by 2058. So the closer we get to 2058, the higher the probability na magkakaroon ng malakas na paglindol. And also another is kapag matagal nang walang lindol, we know that the fault is active, pero wala siyang lindol na matagal na. So it means that it's storing up energy for a big release. But as to when, exactly, yan ang hindi natin masasagot.
Konting ano lang po, Director, kasi binabanggit niyo po na pagka walang activity pero may fault doon, ano po ang difference ng medyo nagkakaroon ng mga movement kesa doon sa asing matagal na wala?
Kapag we know that there's an active fault and then may mga maliliit na lindol, nag-release siya ng energy. So hindi siya nag-iipon ng lakas. So parang tao din yan, yung tao na salita ng salita, alam mo naman na hanggang salita lang yan eh. Pero yung taong tahimik, kapag nagalit yan, that would be a total mayhem. So it's the same thing. With the fault, yung fault na every now and then, nagkakaroon ng lindol, nag-release ng energy, it means na hindi, mas maganda yun kasi hindi niya naiipon yung lakas. May mga segments na tayo sa Philippine fault na the Philippine fault is very much active. But may mga segments sa Philippine fault na walang lindol. So it means that storing up energy for a big release. Tawag natin dyan seismic gap.
Doon po sa fault na monitor natin, lahat ng dadaanan na yan, ano po ang risk ng mga nandyan hanggang sa ngayon?
For example, your house is on top of an active fault. Wala nang engineer intervention yan kasi kapag nagkaroon ng paglindol at gumalaw yung fault, masisira yung bahay mo. Ground rupture, tawag natin ground rupture, yung nabibiyak yung lupa. It doesn't mean na dahil malayo ka sa active fault, doesn't mean na hindi mo maramdaman yung shaking. So again, may mga nagtatanong din sa atin, sa Pasay wala naman, hindi naman dumaan yung ano doon, hindi naman dumaan yung West Valley Fault. In Metro Manila, there are 5 cities kung saan dumaan yung West Valley Fault. Quezon City, Marikina, Pasig, Taguig, and Muntinlupa. So yung iba, akala nila dahil nakatira sila sa Pasay or sa Novaliches, sa Caloocan, ay safe na sila. Hindi yun kasi the whole of Metro Manila makakaranas ng intensity 8 na lindol.
Paano po natin i-describe, Director, yung intensity 8 na pinakamalakas?
Yung nakita natin sa Myanmar, yun yung intensity 8. Yung nagbabagsakan yung mga bahay. Lahat yan sa buong Metro Manila, intensity 8 yung mararamdaman natin. So, ground shaking pa rin yung makakapatay sa mga tao. Kasi magbabagsakan yung mga bahay. So we have to make sure that we follow the minimum engineering standards. Yung lindol naman, hindi yan nakakamatay. It's the collapse of human-built structures that may claim lives. Yung pagbagsak ng retaining walls, ng ceiling, bahay mismo, kapag guguho yan, hindi magiging casualty pa tayo.